How it's made. Porcelain. What is porcelain? Porcelain is a durable and translucent ceramic material made from a fine mixture of clay minerals and fired at extremely high temperatures. It is also known as China due to it originating and being used in China for centuries. Step 1. Raw material preparation, known as batching. Porcelain begins with four core ingredients: kaolin, which is a fine white clay, feldspar, silica, and quartz. Producers calculate exact proportions to control translucence, vitrification temperature, and final color. Quality of raw minerals determines whiteness, plasticity, and workability. The batching materials. Kaolin provides the whiteness and the plasticity. It is the backbone of porcelain. Feldspar acts as a flux to lower the melting point and promote vitrification. Silica and quartz increase the strength and control thermal expansion. Step 2. Mixing and grinding. The dry minerals are combined with water and milled into a homogeneous slurry called slip. Ball mills with alumina pebbles grind particles to submicron sizes for a smooth texture and consistent behavior during forming and firing. Step 3. Spray drying to powder for dry forming. Slip is atomized into a heated chamber, rapidly removing water and producing uniform granules. The resulting spray-dried powder, known as granulate, combines the flowability of powder with the plasticity needed for pressing, reducing defects and improving press performance. This process is not done for wet forming, where slip is poured directly into the mold. Step 4. Forming the porcelain body. Granulated powder is compacted in molds under very high pressure, usually thousands of tons, to form dense green bodies. Dry pressing yields precise shapes and tight particle packing, crucial for strength and minimal shrinkage later. These pressing machines can press tiles and many other things with less precision than, say, a wet formed part. Dry forming versus wet forming. There is a major difference between dry and wet forming. Dry forming is where granulated porcelain is put into a rough shape and pressed under thousands of pounds of pressure into shape. Wet forming involves a plaster mold that slip, a mixture of water and clay, is poured into. The water then absorbs through the plaster, leaving just the clay and the mold's empty space. Step 5. Drying the formed pieces. The green bodies are dried slowly in controlled humidity rooms to remove residual moisture without warping or cracking. Uniform drying presents internal stresses that cause fractures during firing. Things like humidity, temperature, airflow, and time are all carefully measured to prevent cracking and other defects. Step 6. Biscuit firing, or the first firing. Initial firing is typically done around 900 to 1000 degrees Celsius. This converts green pieces into a hard, porous bisque. This stabilizes shape and allows the glazing to bond. Biscuit firing reduces mechanical fragility while retaining absorbency for putting on the glaze. Step 7. Glazing and decoration. Glaze is a mixture of materials that is applied by dipping, spraying, or brushing. Modern production may use digital inkjet decoration and decals for intricate patterns. Glazes provide waterproofing, color, and a glossy or matte finish depending on the chemistry. Without the glaze, the porcelain would not be as resistant to heat and superficial damage. The glaze also makes the biscuit less permeable to water. The glazing applications. Dipping into a pool of glaze. This is a easy option for mass-produced porcelain items like mugs and cups, as well as some plates. Spray-on glaze is another easy application for more larger items like these big pots. And then traditional painted glaze is hand done by brushes for a more traditional look. Step 8. The final firing or the glaze firing. Glaze firing at 1200 to 1400 degrees Celsius vitrifies the body and melts the glaze into a continuous glassy layer. The result: high strength, low porosity, and sometimes translucence and fine white porcelain. This final firing gives the porcelain more durable surface properties suitable for daily use or display. Some common porcelain items. These porcelain items have been used for hundreds of years. Porcelain was seen as far back as 2,000 years ago, but it majorly took off in the 1700s as an art form. Many common things can be found every day, like tableware, plates, bowls, and cups, sanitary stuff like sinks, toilets, and tiles, electrical components, which is good due to the insulating properties of porcelain ceramic, dental and medical tools like fillings and crowns, as well as artistic applications like these plates and porcelain figurines. Thank you. Here are my sources, and this is a 17th century Japanese art piece.